Hello, welcome to Taiga installation of a production environment. All information in this presentation was obtained from the Taiga website. My name is Travis Lloyd. Let's get started. The target audience is Linux admins looking to install Taiga locally and would like to see an installation performed before they give it a shot. This will be a minimum installation, just the bare necessities to get Taiga up and running. For now, we will be skipping the enabling of HTTPS, eventing, and email. Although we are following the production steps as provided by Taiga, we are skipping some of the steps, making this a minimum production installation, and it should not be considered secure at all. All usernames and passwords should be considered exposed completely to any system on the network. The production setup as provided by Taiga requires the use of Ubuntu Server 16.04. Here we are out at the Taiga website on the page with the steps to set up a production environment. On the left is the process we're going to go through, starting with setting up the prerequisites, the backend configuration, front-end installation. We're going to skip over the events installation for now, and then jump right into starting up and exposing Taiga. We've set up a server called Demo, running Ubuntu Server 16.04 with a user, test user. So we'll go ahead and connect now and begin the installation. And we'll just begin running each bash command one at a time. The instructions say to restart the shell or run bash, so we'll just go ahead and log out and log back in. And then continue. There are no details for the Taiga password, so just make something up, and then I suggest disabling the Taiga account later on. At this point, an administrator account's been created with the username admin and the password 123123. We'll use that later on. If you'd like to have some sample data loaded, now is the time, and we can do so by running this command. Now I'll go ahead and run it. This command does take a while, so in the meantime, I'm going to put it into the background, and for the purpose of this demo, I need to install Chromium, but you can skip this step. The sample data is still loading, so I'll just go ahead and bring that back to the foreground and we'll just wait for it to finish. Now we'll set up our configuration file for the backend. And the only thing we're going to change is example.com to reflect the server we have set up. In my case, I have a domain of harmony.net on my internal network, so I go ahead and specify demo.harmony.net. And we'll skip the verification step because this is going to work a little bit later on, but feel free to try that out if you want to. Next, we're going to set up the front-end installation. Okay, now we've copied a sample configuration file, and let's go ahead and modify that. The directions say to modify the example configuration file following the pattern below. And this type of access with /API will work. And I can tell you what's in here is not going to work with the 8000. So let's take that out. And then we'll go ahead and try this configuration out first. We're going to skip the events installation for now. We can get a minimum production server up and running without this feature. And the goal of this video is just to get a production instance up and running as quick as possible, just so that you can test out Taiga and explore what it has to offer. We want to enable the Taiga service, of course, so that After we reboot, things will keep working. And just to verify everything's working, looks good, active. Set up the Nginx configuration file. This is why that URL didn't work before, because it was pointing to 8,000. So in theory, we could have changed it to 8001 and been all right. But /API works just as well. And so here we are. We should have a service up and running. So first, I'd like to try it out using Chromium. I'm going to exit out of the Taiga account. This will let us test things out by connecting to localhost initially. And there we go. Everything looks like it's working. First, we're going to connect to the admin page. And just to show you, if you go to admin, it won't work. You have to go to admin with a trailing slash at the end. And here's where we're going to use that default account that was set up, admin 123 123. And we'll come in here and set up a user account. And there we are. We're logged in. Everything looks like it's working. We have samples that we can check out. Let's go ahead and log out. And at this point, let's try connecting from another system instead of connecting from localhost. And something is wrong, and I wanted you to see this. There's one more change we're going to have to make if we want to connect from a different computer. Here we had a default value of localhost. Let's try again. And there we go. All right, so it looks like we're good to go. In a later video, I'll show you how to set up events, set up an email server so that you can create user accounts without having to go to the admin page, and reset your password using email, as well as set up HTTPS. That's it for now.